Apple's just dropped the iPhone 17 lineup, but here's the thing. iPhonr might not be the full story. It's like Apple's sneaky preview of something much bigger that's coming next year. And yes, I'm talking about Apple's first ever foldable iPhone. The leaks are lining up and everything points to a 2026 release. So today, I want to talk about why waiting for this foldable iPhone might actually be worth it. Because trust me, what Apple's planning sounds wild. Let's start with the biggest fear everyone has with foldables, that annoying crease. You know that little line that drives everyone insane after a few months of use? But Apple's been holding back for a reason. They didn't want to be part of that experimental phase like early Samsung or Huawei phones. Instead, they've been quietly working on something called a liquid metal hinge. This isn't just a marketing trick. Apple's engineers have been testing a hinge that creates a soft cushion where the screen folds, so when you run your finger over it, you barely feel a crease. It also reduces that visible fold line when you open the phone up again. Basically, they're trying to make folding feel not like folding. And it's about time the tech has matured, and Apple seems ready to jump in with something that finally feels polished. Now, what really makes this exciting is the size. The leaks say the front screen will be 5.5 inches, which might sound familiar. That's the same size as the old iPhone Plus models back in the day. But instead of a tall and narrow front like Samsung's Fold, Apple's design seems to go for a more compact, squarish wallet style. Then, once you open it up, there will be a massive 7.8-inch display. That's nearly the same size as an iPad mini. Imagine watching videos, editing, or multitasking on that kind of screen, but it's still a phone that folds down to pocket size. That's basically Apple merging the iPad and iPhone experience into one. Rumors say this could be Apple's first device to use a carbon lithium battery, the same next-gen tech used by brands like Oppo and Honor. What makes it special? It gives longer battery life in a smaller space, perfect for a foldable. We're talking about fitting top-tier power into a sleek, flexible design. And if that's true, this could be one of the best battery performances in any foldable ever. Now let's talk about something a lot of you have been missing. Touch ID. Yeah, Apple might actually bring it back with the foldable iPhone. Face ID just doesn't make sense on a dual display setup. It would mean two dynamic islands, and that's just not practical. So instead, Apple's likely going with a side-mounted Touch ID on the power button. It's clean, quick, and honestly, a perfect match for a foldable design. And of course, what's an iPhone without great cameras? From what's being said, this foldable could feature the same 48-megapixel main sensor found in the iPhone 17 lineup, along with a 48-megapixel ultra-wide camera. On the front, it'll likely have that new 18-megapixel selfie camera, both on the outer and inner displays, so whether you're taking selfies or shooting content with the phone unfolded, you'll get consistent quality across the board. So just think about it. A foldable iPhone with a crease-free design, carbon lithium battery, Touch ID comeback, and iPad-sized display. That's not just another model. That's Apple starting a whole new chapter. The 17R might just be the warm-up act. The real innovation could be landing in 2026. So what do you guys think? Are you ready for Apple's foldable era, or are you sticking with the classic design? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts.